chest, one of the most sought after muscle groups located on the body.
How much do you bench, bro?
Is the usual question people ask you when they want to know your strength. The flat bench press is only going to hit part of the chest. The pectoralis major, which is the lower portion and holds the size and strength, but there's also the pectoralis minor, which is the upper portion of the chest. So we're going to go over some of these exercises, and that way you develop a proper chest and be Buff Dudes approved. So we're gonna get the most classic chest exercise out of the way first. It's the best compound movement for the chest. It's called the flat bench or bench press. This is gonna hit the pectoralis major or the lower portion of the chest. So the standard way of doing this is gonna be feet flat on the floor, shoulder blades locked. You're gonna bring it down all the way, get that nice stretch in the chest, and bring it all the way back up. There's another way hitting it though, that's actually gonna put more stress on the middle of the chest. You wanna bring your feet off the floor into the air. It's gonna help flatten the back out, and you're gonna wanna bring it down to the chest, getting that full stretch on the outside in the middle portion, and you're gonna bring it about 3/4 of the way up, not locking out and putting emphasis on the triceps. The bench press might be overused, but it is definitely not overrated. That's right, one of the best exercises for chest development. Always include this in the workout for chest, but don't have it the only exercise. Incline cable flies. Good thing about this exercise is going to stress the pectoralis minor. Thank God, because this little muscle doesn't do a lot of work, so you definitely got to stress it. With the cable flies, it's perfect because you get that full nice stretch on the outside here, tearing more muscle fibers as you stretch all the way down and pulling it up, getting the full contraction in the inner portion as well. The difference between dumbbell flies and cable flies is that with cables, you're gonna keep constant tension throughout the whole range of motion. Dumbbell flies, on one hand, you're actually gonna release the muscle as you come all the way up and together. With cables, it's gonna keep that constant, complete contraction in the chest. Straight arm barbell pullovers. This isn't a well-known exercise, it's definitely an old school one. Helped develop those classic chests back in the 60s and 70s. The best way to do these are to lie flat on a bench, keep your arms straight, you're gonna slowly lower it, getting that full stretch as you come back, and then contract the chest as you pull it to the top position. What you wanna do is get a closer grip in that. That way the chest is gonna contain the complete contraction. You're gonna feel a nice stretch in the lats, and it's gonna really warm up the shoulder joint as you go throughout. Dips. That's right, we're on to dips. Very famous exercise. One thing a lot of people don't know though, is that dips can be changed, either it being a tricep exercise or a chest exercise. Here's the changes that can be made in the positioning. That way you can stress the chest that much more. So when you're in a dip position, make sure your hands are wide. You want to lean forward over your palms here. So you get that full stretch in the chest, only come about 3/4 of the way up. That way you're not getting that full extension in the arms and working the triceps. You're keeping that constant tension right on the chest. This exercise is going to be great to carve out that nice lower pectoralis major. That way you don't have man boobs. Cable crossovers. This is a great exercise for the inner chest development. You want those striations in that inner chest? Well, this exercise is here to do it. What the hell are striations anyways? Well, it's the definition, and it's those single fibers that show up through the skin. That way, when you flex that chest, you're gonna have girls fainting. Yeah, it's gonna be that good. So with this exercise, what you wanna do is do about mid-pulley on the cables. You wanna step forward, that way it's gonna stabilize you. You're not gonna get a full stretch like you do in flies. You're actually only gonna come about 90-degree angle as in a regular press. But the difference between this is you're actually gonna come inwards, crossing the hands over, getting the full contraction in the inner chest, drawing out those muscle fibers. Keep the chest up, shoulders back, shoulder blades pinched together. Get a nice squeeze as you come in, and you're gonna alternate which hand goes over which. Right over left, left over right. Do the dance. This is the crossover dance. Okay, that's enough. Now that we've gone over the 5 different exercises, and you know that there's 2 portions of the chest, the upper portion, the pectoralis minor, and the lower portion, the pectoralis major. But with these exercises, you can now put stress on different areas, like the extreme lower portion with dips, or put more stress on just the outside, which would be the flies, or the extreme inner portion, which would be the cable crossovers. So that way you can develop a finely tuned buff dude chest. So the next time some dude comes up to you in the gym and asks, how much can you bench, bro? Just use buff dude Morse code. Yeah. Easy. We're gonna bring you one step closer to being a buff dude.